I'll share a little COVID story. At the very beginning of COVID, there was a lot of discussion in Facebook. This is before the real censorship started happening, and I saw a thread where people were, were just like, obviously we're very concerned and worried about, the vaccines coming out, with the uncertainty of it all. And then this one girl chimed in, and she said, "Oh, come on, people! Why would they want to kill us all? That's just ridiculous." And so I felt, I needed to say something. I needed to post something in there. And I said, okay, point well taken. Why would they want to kill every single one of us? I said, but however, that doesn't mean they're not looking to make a lot of new customers. And she came back almost immediately and said in the post, "Oh, I didn't even think about that. Thank you for giving me a different point of view." So, and I had no idea that I would get that kind of immediate response. So I know that there are those times in real time, in social media, where you can get some kind of a positive reaction from someone, or just add to the conversation. Maybe, and I get that too from some things people share in social media. Oh, I didn't think about that. And that helps. I should say, have an enlightening moment, regardless of what the issue might be.
Well, you can go back to, I think, in the late 1700s, there was a writer named Robert Malthus, and he looked at the French Revolution happening across the Channel. He was in England, and he said, "Oh, well, the French Revolution happened because there's too many people, and that this is called overpopulation." And he wrote this essay called "The Principle of Population Growth," where he argued that every effort needed to be made to not prolong the life of the poor. And to have the poor die sooner in order to keep the population low, in order to have stability in society. And then we later know that in the late 1800s, the Neo-Malthusian Society was very popular among many of the wealthiest people in Britain. And they thought that all these problems of unemployment and labor strikes and uprisings, they said, well, this isn't the problem of capitalism. This is just there's too many people. And the phrase "useless eaters" was widely promoted. And the idea was that there are too many people in the world. There's overpopulation. I know Margaret Sanger, who was a feminist and a socialist activist, she, after the Russian Revolution, she saw that the Soviet Union was not the free sex, free love paradise she was hoping for. And so she became a Malthusian. And during the Great Depression, she went around saying that the Great Depression was caused by overpopulation. And she spoke at Ku Klux Klan meetings. She argued that birth control and abortion could be used to eliminate certain races and certain ethnic groups, and that she went from being a socialist to being, a far-right racist and such, because she bought into this idea that we need to reduce the population. There are too many people in the world, and that is how many of the richest people in the world feel. And I don't think that's hard to discover, and it's not conspiratorial. The idea that they're all sitting up there in a smoke-filled room plotting to kill the whole human race, I don't buy, right? That would obviously be crazy. But the idea that many of them believe that the problem facing the world is there are too many people and that there's too much growth, that is being widely promoted. That is almost the party line in the United States. And it's wrong. It's not true, right? The human race, human beings are the source of all wealth. We're not useless eaters. Human beings are the creators of all the value that exists in the world. With human beings, we can advance. And people talk about limited resources. This is a very common thing I hear from people. Well, it's true that there are limited resources in the world. And, if we were still burning wood to heat our homes, we would have deforested the planet centuries ago. But we don't. We started burning coal, and now we burn natural gas. We have electrical heat. And that the whole history of the human race is our reinvention of our relationship with nature, right? When one fuel source, one energy source, one mode of production becomes outmoded, we reach a higher plane. And that's why China is putting so much money and funding into fusion energy research right now, because fossil fuels has its limitations.